Good day everyone, I am JT Peralta. So for today's video, pagpatuloy natin yung rules and softball. So softball rules 9 to 12. Rule 9, dead ball. Ball in play. Section 1, the ball is dead. The ball is dead and not in play in the following circumstances. A. When the ball is batted illegally. B. When the batter steps from one box to another. When the pitcher is first pitcher only, taking the signal, or appears to be taking the signal from the pitcher's plate, or starting pitcher only, step on the pitching plate. So, dito, sa pagbato, yung mag-signal dito is, yung sa B is yung pitcher, yung first pitcher. So, C, when no pitch is declared. D, when a pitch ball touches any part of the batter's person or clothing, whether the ball is struck or out or not. E, when a foul fly ball is not caught. When the offensive team causes interference. G, when a pure-batted ball strikes an umpire or running. 1. Before touching a fielder, including the pitcher, and 2. Before passing a fielder other than the pitcher, without being touched, or 3. After passing a fielder, including the pitcher, and the umpires judge another fielder had a chance to make an out. H. When the ball is outside the established playing limits of the playing area. I. When an accident to a batter running prevents him from proceeding to the other's base, he may substitute. D. When the batter bunts or chops the baseball. And when any parts of the batter's person is in his own bat. And when the runner runs bases in reverse order or up the baseline while not attempting to advance, either to confuse or fielders or to make travesty of the game. When the coach near the base runs in the direction of the home plate on the corner baseline while the fielder is attempting to make a play on a batted a throw ball, and nearby draws a throw to home plate. When one or more members of the offensive team stands for pulling at around a base to which around and advancing the using the fielders and adding the difficulty of making a play. T. When a black burst is declared. When a batter enters the batter's box with or uses an altered batter. So Y. When time has been called and a defensive player is making an appeal. C. When the batter fails to enter the batter's box within 10 seconds after the umpire calls play ball. Next. So, yun po yung section 1. So, let's proceed to section 2. The ball is in play. The ball is in play in the following circumstances. A. At the start of the game in each half inning, when the pitcher has the ball while standing in his pitching position and the plate umpire has called play ball. B. When the infield fly roll in force. C. When a throw ball goes past and fielder and remains in the play ball territory. D. When a pure ball strikes an umpire or runner in fair ground after. E. When a pure ball strikes an umpire on foul ground. G. When a runner is called or passing and preceding runner. That's when no play is being made on an obstruct runner, the ball shall remain alive until the play is over. When a fair ball is legally batted. G. When a runner will return to the reverse order while the ball is played. A. When a runner stays or pours out when the umpire calls the runner out of the failure returned and touch the base when the play is resumed after a suspension of play. B. When a live ball appeal play is legally being made when the batter hits the ball. R. When a live ball strikes a photographer, grounds, groundskeeper, policeman, etc. assigned to the game when a fly ball has been legally caught. T. When a throw ball strikes an offensive player. If the batter drops the bat and the ball rolls against the bat in the field territory, in the umpire's judgment, there was no intention to interface with the course of the ball. B. When a thrown ball strikes an umpires. W. Whenever the ball is not dead, as provided in section 1 of this rule. When throw ball accidentally strike coach. Y. First pitcher only when the ball has been called on the batter, and when four balls have been called but the batter may not be put out before the reaches first base. Z. First pitcher only when the strike has been called on the batter and when three strikes have been called on the batter. Okay. When a foul tips has been illegally caught, AB starting pitcher as long as there is a play as a result of the hit by the pitcher and second appeal play. When a runner above that base does not attempt to advance to the next base if enters his team area or leaves the field to off play and is called out. Section 3. Delay dead ball. There are 5 situations when a violation of the rules occurs and umpire recognizes it in the ball remains waved until the conclusion of the ball. These situations are an illegal pitch, catcher subtraction, first pitcher only, plate umpire interference, obstruction, detached equipment contacting a thrown ball, a pitch ball, or a pure batted ball. Rule 10. Umpires. Power and duties. The umpires are representative of the league organized by which they have been assigned to a particular game and as such are authorized and required to enforce each section of this rule. They have the power to order a player, coach, captain, or manager to do or omit to do any act which in their judgment is necessary to give force and effect to one or all of these rules and inflict penalties as are in prescribed. The plate umpire shall be have the authority to make decision of any situation not officially covered in the rules. So, dito naman yung mga umpires, sila talaga yung naga-decision. Sila yung may authority na authority to make decision. Lalo na sa mga penalties or violation, wala ka talaga magawa kasi sila yung umpires. So, yan. General information for umpires. The umpire shall not be member of either team, example, player, coach, manager, officer, scorer, or sponsor. So, dapat yung dito sa umpire, dapat wala siyang kinakampihan kasi mahirap na kasi sila yung sila yung nagdadala ng game eh. Kasi kung bias yung umpire, may possible na malaking kadayaan yung mangyayari sa game. So, the umpire should be sure of the date, time, and place for the game. Ensure arrive to playing field 30 minutes ahead of time. Start the game in time and leave the field when the game is over. So, yung umpire is responsibility rin nila na yung tama yung oras na kanilang may nangyayalaro o piniplay sa mga player. The male and female umpire must wear powder blue long or short sleeve shirt, 2 dark navy blue sock, dark navy blue slacks, dark navy blue cap with a white and blue striped splitter on the front. So, ayan. Laro naman yung mga sinusuot ng mga male and female umpire must wear, ayan na. Yan yung sinusuot nila. Almost blue or dark navy yung sinusuot nila. So next. So another dark navy blue ball bag plate only. Dark navy blue jacket and or sweatshirt. Black shoes and belt. 8. A white t-shirt worn under the powder blue shirt. Umpires must not wear sports jewelry not may pose assault, exception with the call alert, bracelet, or necklace. The plate umpire is pass pitch must wear a black face mask, black or tan padding, and black throat protector and a body protector and shin guard with knee protection and extended wear protector may be worn live of the throat protector on the mask. The umpire shall introduce themselves to the campaign manager scorer. Yes, each umpire shall have the power to make decision on violation committed at any time during playing time of during suspension of the play until the game is over. G. An umpire may consult his association any time, however, the final decision shall rest with the umpires who exclusive authority has to make the decision and who request the opinion of the other. In order to defend the respect duties, the umpire judging ball and strike shall be designated as the plate umpire. The umpire judging based on decision as the base umpire. The plate umpire or base umpire shall have equal authority to call a runner out of the leaving a base too soon, call time for suspension of play, remove or eject a player, coach, or manager from the game for violation of rules, call illegal pitches, determine and call an infield fly. The umpire shall declare the batter or runner out without waiting for an appeal for such decision in all cases where such player is retired in accordance with the wordy's rules. And umpire shall not penalize a team for infraction of a rule when imposing the penalty. Using the penalty will be to the advantage of the offending team. All failure of the umpires to adhere to Rule 10 shall not be grounds for protest. These are guidelines for umpires. Section 2. The, the plate umpire shall take a position in back of the catcher. He shall have full charge of and be responsible for the proper conduct of the game. So, B shall call all balls and strike. So, dito, yung umpires dapat kung ano man yung mga strike or balls o fouls ng mga nanlalaro, dapat kailangan talagang i-call o isabi na yun yung kanilang mga yung strike or ball. Shall by agreement and incorporate with the base umpire calls plays it balls, fair or foul, legal or illegal caught balls on plays that would necessitate the base umpire leaving the infield. The play umpire shall assume the duties normally required of the base umpire. They shall determine and declare whether a batter bunts or chops a ball. A batted ball to touches the person or clothing of the batter. E shall render base decision when required to do so. F shall determine when a game and forfeited. G shall assume all duties when assigned as a single umpire to game. The base umpire shall take such position on the playing field as required in accordance with the relevant umpire system to assist the plate umpire in every way to enforce the rule. Section 4. Responsibilities of a single umpire. If only one umpire assigned, his duties and jurisdiction shall extend to all points. The umpire's starting position for each pitch shall be from behind home plate. On each batted ball or play that develops, the umpire shall move out from behind the plate and into the infield to obtain the best position for any play that develops. Section 5. Change of umpires. Umpires cannot be changed during a game by the consent of the opposing teams unless an umpire is incapacitated by injury or illness. So, mag-ilis lang ng umpire kung hindi pwede mag-change ng umpire if wala namang necessary na nangyari o injury or illness. So, nandiyan pa rin sila. Pwede silang umalis pag matapos na yung game another na umpires. So, Section 6, Umpire's Judgment. There shall be no appeal from any decision of any game on the grounds that he was not correct in his conclusion as to where a batted ball was pure and foul. A runner safe out or out, a pitched ball, a strike of ball, or any ruling query of judgment. As said before taking any action, but the under circumstances shall any player or person other than the manager or the captain or either team have any legal right to protest on any decision and seek its reversal on a claim that in conflict with this rule. Section 7. Signal to indicate that play shall begin or be resumed. The umpire shall call play ball in the same time motion and the pitcher to deliver the ball. Strike indicate by pressing the right and hand on upward, indicating number of strike by the fingers in the same time calling strike in a clear, specific voice. C. To indicate a ball, no arm signal used. D. To indicate the total count of balls and strike. The balls are called pairs. To indicate a foul, the umpire shall call foul ball and extend an arm horizontal away from the diamond according to the direction of the ball. To indicate a batter of running out, the umpire shall raise the right hand after above the right shoulder with the fist closed. S. To indicate that the player is safe. I. To indicate suspend of play, the umpire shall call time. J. To indicate the player dead ball. L. To indicate a ground rule the ball. M. To indicate a home run. N. Indicate an infield play. O. Indicate not to pitch. So, Section 8, suspension of play. An umpire may suspend play when his judgment condition justifies as action. C. The umpire shall suspend play whenever a batter or pitcher step out of position for a demonstration. An umpire shall not call time after pitcher has started the wind-up. The umpire shall not call time when any play is progress. And in case of injury, except the umpire's judgment with a serious injury with but the player's hand injured, the time shall not be called until all plays in progress have been complete or runners have been held at their place. Effect section 8. In the case of injury, when time is called, the ball is dead or runners may be awarded as a base or bases that they would have made it the umpire's judgment had the injury not occurred. Umpire shall not suspend play the request of players, coaches, or managers until all action is progressed by either team has been complete. Rule 11. Protest. Section 1. Protest that will not be received. Protest shall not be received or considered if they are based solely on decision involving the accuracy of judgment on the part of an umpire, if the team lodging the protest won the game. Example of protests that will not be considered are A. Whether a batted ball was fair or foul. B. Whether a runner was safe or out. C. Whether a pitched ball was a strike or a ball. Whether the pitch was legal or illegal. E. Whether a runner did or did not touch a base. F. Whether a runner left the base too soon on a caught fly ball. G. Whether a fly ball was or was not caught illegally. H. Whether it was or was not an infield play. I. Whether there was or was not an interference. J. Whether there was or was not an obstruction. K. Whether a player or live ball did not enter a dead ball area or touch some object or person in a dead ball. Section 2, protests that will be received. Protests that will be received and considered include matters of the following types. A. Misinterpretation of the playing rule. B. Failure of an umpire to apply the correct rule to a given situation. C. A failure to impose the correct penalty for given violation. 2. After a pitch has been thrown, legal or illegal, no change can be made of any umpire's ruling. D. Eligibility of a team roster member. Section 3. Protests involve judgment and interpretation rule. Protests may involve both in matter of judging and the application of the rule. A. Managing acting manager of the protest shall immediately of the notify the plate umpire that the game is being continued under protest. The plate umpire shall in turn notify the opposing manager and official scorekeeper. Section 5. Time to lodge an official protest. The official written protest must be filed within a reasonable time in the absence of the league and tournament rule fixing the time limit in filing protests. B. Within 48 hours after the scheduled time of the contest is generally considered as a reasonable time. Section 6. Information required for written protest. The formal written protest shall contain following information: the date and time, place of the game, the name of umpires and score, and the all essential facts involved in the matter of protest. Section 7. Result of protest. Decision made of protested game must result in one of the following: the protest is found invalid in the game score stand as play. Rule 12. Scoring. Section 1. Official score. Shall keep records of each game outlined in the following rules. Shall have the sole authority to make all decisions in board judgment. For example, it is score responsibility to determine whether a batter advanced to first base in result of the hit or error. However, a score shall not make a decision which conflicts with the official playing rules of the within umpire's decision. Section 2. The box score. Each player's name and position or position to be. Section 3. Base which shall be not be recorded. A. Base shall recorded which shall a base which shall not be recorded in the following cases: when a runner is forced out by the batted ball or one had been forced out except for a fielding error. When a playing, fielding, batting in bar retards a preceding runner with ordinary report. Section 4. Sacrifice fly balls. A sacrifice is scored when with less than auto occurs. The batter scores a runner with a fly ball which is caught or the ball or the line drive handled by the outfielder and infielder running in outfielder. The drop is a running or score and the score judgment the runner could have scored after the catch and that the fly ball been caught. Section 5. Runs batted in. The runs batted in is a run scored because of the following reason. A. A safe hit. B. A sacrifice bunt or slap hit or first pitcher only or sacrifice first pitcher and starting pitcher. C. A power play caught. D. Infield put out and fielder's choice. E. A runner first home because of obstruction, the batter being hit with a pitch ball or being given base on the ball. C. Section 6. Pitcher created with a win. Pitcher shall be created with a win the following situation: when a starting pitcher has pitch less 4 innings and team is not only in the lead. 7. Section 7. Pitcher charged with a loss. Pitcher shall be charged with a loss regardless of the number of the innings he has pitched if he is replaced when his team is behind in the score and his team fails to the top of the score. Section 8. Game Summary. The summary shall list the following items in this order: the score by innings and the final score, the runs batted and the by home hit, 2 base hit and by home hit, 3 base hits and by home hit, home runs and by home hit, sacrifice flies and by home hit, double plays and players participating in them, triple plays and playing participating in them. I number of walks given by each pitcher. J number of batters struck out by each pitcher. K number of hits and runs allowed by each pitcher. L number of the winning pitcher. So yun po yung game ng summary. Importante po talaga yan sa lahat ng game nila. O after ng game nila, yan yung mga summary nila. So next. So, another, the name of the following losing pitching, the name of the game, the name of the umpires and scorer. P, first person only stolen bases of the home, first only sacrifice bonds, first only the names of the batters and by pitch ball and pitcher home who hit them. So is the number of wild pitches made by each pitcher. So base pass made of catcher. So section 9, stolen bases. First pitcher stolen bases are credited to a runner whenever he advances one base and by hit or pot out, an error or force out, a fielder's choice in a baseball, and a wild pitch or illegal pitch. A. This includes the batter runner advancing to second on a warder base on the ball. Section 10. Records of the forfeited games. All records of forfeited games shall be included the official records except one of pitchers, one loss record. So, yan po yung rule in softball. So, that's all for today. Thank you.